Hey, I just wanted to, I'll probably just throw this clip in at the front just so, because I'm already deep in here, but I just wanted to thank Neal. I don't know, I don't think he really cares, but he doesn't, he just, you know, he's anonymous kind of, and he'll be out here, so pretty soon he's not going to be. But I just wanted to thank this guy. He has been, Neal is 76 years old. Another guy, he's older than you, Nico. I'm just kidding. But again, another guy sounds like he's like 30. You know, he's got this whole amazing, like, I'm gonna pan on that forest over there. That looks so good in there. The problem is, can I cross that marsh? I don't know. He sounds like he's, you know, 30 years old. He's had this entire, like, lifelong, you know, just been all over the world and had different companies, and he's just a real interesting guy. And he just wanted to help. And at the beginning, you know, he gave me this big donation, and you know, he doesn't care. Like I had to like track him down basically through his email to thank him, you know. And we had a long talk recently, and he's just this great guy. So anyway, he's really helped me now on Patreon, and it's almost getting me to the next level where I can start really doing this, you know. So anyway, thank you, Neal. I appreciate it so much. You know I do. So I've been really making an attempt at some of these new spots, and I'm finding stuff, right? I've been finding some cool structures, but I'm not finding the main part of these big giant areas. That's the hard part with me, guys. Like when I finally find Bigfoot Universe, you know, it's after, you know, months of searching, you know, areas surrounding, like I'm seeing stuff like that, you know, or just like whatever stuff. So yeah, it's been rough lately. Now I could go right to somewhere where I know. Look at that. Oh, that's weird. Look in there. Look at those 3 rocks. They've just been put there. And one has been moved, actually. There's a hole next to that one. How weird is that? Alright, 4 days in a row. How awesome is that? So I came back to this I call it half Sasquatch, half human. I mean, I don't know. Logs tied with sticks. You have lots of human not remains, but human garbage. I mean, people clearly went here to party, but I'll tell you, it almost seems like they found something Sasquatch made and then like tried to add on to it later. They put tarps over it. I've thought about that too. I've been in the woods. I'm like, wow, if I put a tarp over that, I have like the sickest place, like instantly. All the work's been done for me. The weird part I find about this, look, I know it looks really human, you guys. There's a lot of junk here. But the strange part is all the branches. I don't know if you can see. I mean, there are so many, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like, I don't even know if there might be 100 here by the time you count them all. And every one of them is broken. And the weird part is they're broken off a tree that's way over there. It's 75 feet away. I feel like walking, but you could probably see that they're all broken off at that tree right there. Classic leaner going up. There's too many signs of Sasquatch. See, a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I'd be like, I don't know, it looks like a human, I don't know. But I can read their work, just like I can read a human's work. And I'm telling you, this used to be a Sasquatch structure, ruined by people. Hey, you know what? Last time I forgot to look in this cooler too. Let's look in the cooler. There was snow here. Look at Bear, definitely was here, trying to get in. Nothing. He was biting on the backside. He did this. He was trying to get in that way. Little does he know, if he just bit over here, he would have got in. Well, he really tried there for a while. Okay, so this hill is awesome, and against my gut, I wanted to check this out. There's like signs all over the place, but it's high. You know, I'm in high elevations here. I'm at like 11 something here, and I just feel like I'm gonna go all through here and find the same stuff. Let's find out. I see just enough. You see how it's different in here? It's a little drier. It's a completely different forest than what I'm used to up here. But I'm going to find out soon enough whether that was built by Sasquatch or built by humans. I said I'd come back here, and here I am. I got a long walk today, I think, but it's not too bad. Look at this. I'm out here. What that is, that human place, you can tell it's kids because they come down. Even though the main road here is in the middle of nowhere. And they come down from the closest town, which is called Leadville. And I'm sure it's like 10 miles away, and I'm sure this is a great place to bring a couple of your buddies. Little stuff. I wonder how good this is. It's cool because it's so open. Alright, give me a couple minutes here. Let's see what I can find. The other thing I was going to say too, I'm talking to another guy now. If he texts me back yet or not. He's going to bring his son out. I think he's got some disability. He's older. Which is great. I love that. You know, I know I was saying retarded the other day. You know, you don't listen to me, guys. Like, my words are just come out like I'm a little child. Please don't ever take that literally, because I take all that stuff really seriously. I may use the words, you know. It's just, I just don't mean it, and I think I recovered. I don't think anyone yelled at me, but just in case. You know, I'm sure somebody out of special needs kids. So yeah, like if you have like a young kid, that's another free thing I'd like to do. Get like the right family out here, like maybe mommy and daddy. Doesn't have to be both, but and then, you know, like younger kid with like autism. I think it would be an amazing experiment with these guys. I think they'll know right away. And I would love to be around him, you know, this whole time he's here, and just bring him in here. I'd have to kind of understand what he's doing. I don't want, you know, a kid to come in here and just, you know, his eyeballs are rolling around in the back of his head. But, you know, someone that with autism that did, you know, real functional, that might do amazing things for here. What is going on here? How is that possible? Is that an old mine or something? Oh yeah, there's something. It's weird. Been marked. I got two. Looks like that one grew there, but this one definitely did not. And I got leaners here. This is what they're doing here, like leaner city. Like, you know how they get stuck just right. So I think that would be cool. Like get someone with all, because I'm starting to get to you guys where it looks like I might be able to do this. You know, just skipping by barely, you know. There's another one. You guys ever notice every time I'm out, I find something bizarre? Like, what is that? It's like where a meteorite hit or something, you know? What is going on? Leaner coming across, as always. Now look, guys, there's no other leaners, you know what I mean? Where's the leaners over there? There's nothing. It's just going across here. It's just going behind here. You know, it's just like, look. They did this. You know, I don't miss a beat with these guys. Like that, if it's a stick, if they put it there, I know it. It's one of my gifts they gave me. Weird. I'm assuming it might have been what was over there or something, and they backfilled a little bit. This is great in here. I love this. It's so pretty, and I'm not like absolutely killing myself today, which is just like such a change for me. To find a place like this that's flat, that goes on forever. Still hangouts. No, I'm not seeing anything elaborate. And what do we got right in the middle of it all? Go figure. That's a really, really nice one. Totem pole. Whew. You know, just like me guessing, the way I feel like this is such a nighttime place for them. This is where they are at nighttime. I don't picture them in here. Could be completely wrong during the day. I picture them just running through here at night. Always in the middle of their universes do you find some kind of, sometimes it'll just be like that was burnt, but God, I hope I can get out of here. The cool thing is, even if I make a huge mistake, I could go 8 miles that way. I'm just thinking out loud. And no matter what, cut right. And I should hit these railroad tracks that are abandoned. I don't know if you guys saw that when I did that in that tunnel. I don't think I ever put that up, but I put it on my Facebook page where we walked inside that dark tunnel. All right, give me a minute. All right, this side already looking better. Nothing crazy, but I'm going to spare you walking in another wallow, but that's clearly one right there. In fact, there's also one right there. You can see the leaner. And in there, and it looks to me like it was done like last year, like it was a temporary hunting thing, because there's no doubt that these things are set up to watch this big, open, beautiful field. There's no doubt about it. So, to talk about the hunting thing real quick, you guys, with my experience with Sasquatch, they don't have to hunt, okay? They could look at a deer and make it stand still until something walked over to it and just killed it. So maybe that's how they hunt, but they do set these up maybe so they come in close enough. They zap them, boom. You do not have to physically hunt them with like spears or just grab them, because it's just not. Maybe some, but Sasquatch that I've encountered, literally physical, face-to-face encounters, can do whatever they want to your brain. And you think that it's you doing it. It takes a while to figure it out. You know when it's happening. I mean, I know now when it's happening. Man, something smells over here. It's not Bigfoot. But it's really blatant. What is that? I think it's Bigfoot. Again, right on the field where they would feed. There's like a little, field here coming in. There's just these hunting blinds on every side, everywhere you look. And they look very temporary to me. I'm following a game trail right now. Today's going to be a long day. But it's alright, they're doing work at the house for Jen, because she's having, not like work like we're spending lots of money, but just like they scraped our ceilings from that because it was like bad for you. Those popcorn ceilings, like stucco or something. And it's just been a mess and they're cleaning, so I'm happy to be out of there today. Not that I would stay home anyway, but just talking my way in. Let's see what we got. Why is everything I'm finding lately old? I don't get it. All the new areas I'm in, I'm finding a lot of old work. To me, this all looks like it was last year. Which might be fine, but like I said, I like to see where they did it like yesterday. Seeing lots of stuff like that too. Bends with or turn sideways and all that. Come on, I'm really looking for some interaction today. I'm not really on the hunt for structures unless I'm going to kind of show them to you like this as I go by. In fact, that's a really cool one. Look how they put it right up in the little thing there. And to me, this looks pretty good on the ground as far as activities goes. I like it. So I'm not really looking to show you that today, though. I'm trying to I'll show it to you when I find their ultimate spot, which, I don't know if it'll happen today. It's too big. It's so big here. Those are the structures I want to see. Where they live. Because then you get the unique, like, personalized ones. Love it. Look, you guys, look at it like art, That's how I do it. I'm not like an art guy that's going to sit in an art gallery and be like, oh, I see what he was trying to do there. Like, I don't see what you're trying to do there. You know, but in a sense, I can appreciate how cool the art was. And that's what I do with them. Like, it's just like I think I said it to someone, I think it was Rio, or I've been saying it to a couple people lately, like, I'm going to start a channel, it's called Wind Art, right? And I'll show my best structures. Not the leaners, but stuff that really is just beautiful, right? And I'll bet you I get like 1 million subscribers. You know, because you're not using the word Sasquatch, or you're not using the word Bigfoot. Oh, well, then we'll watch. You know, it's like, people are so brainwashed. It's so funny. But I'm telling you, I could show this and get millions of subscribers if I just said, look what the wind does. Then people, you know, the simple-minded people would subscribe. But I don't want that. I want you guys. You know how cool it is to get, 6,000 subscribers on YouTube is like nothing. You know, in this world, it's a lot. In Bigfoot world, in a year, that's a lot. Actually, it's almost 7,000, I think. It's like a miracle. And, you know what, forget it, whatever. I'm just going to shut up. I'm just talking my way through so it doesn't seem like it takes so long. Let me get to a better spot. See these trails in here? They're all marked by leaners, which tells me, they all lead off to somewhere special. And I just don't know where. I go back there. I mean, like, these are all like areas where they sat around at some point. Which means there's some kind of a living area. And I bet you it's like 5 miles that way. That's the killer. You know what I gotta do? I'll tell you, if I ever get like enough money, I would love to have, you don't need a lot of money, just like a couple like elite like high school or like college like sprinters. Be like, listen, you guys, I need you to go 5 miles that way and come back right now. Run. You know what I mean? They get always a nice X. Okay, this is good. So maybe I can walk that way. Okay, good. See the X? Look at that. I'm serious. Like, look at the teepees, teepee structure. All leaners, none of them are from there. See that? And one on the outside. That's kind of like a teepee structure, especially if they had the same thing over here. But I'll take that one instead. Ow! Stab myself. This is good. Look, there's always a third one touching the X. Somehow or another. Sometimes we'll just put it there, but in this case, it still has to touch. All right, bye. Tell you, still seeing the same stuff. But it's pretty cool. It's like I say, always say, it's different here. In this case, it's the forest. Look at this trail that I am following. All right, now I just want to let you guys know they did that. I decided to follow that X, right? I was going to go up that way. I was like, no, the X is pointing this way. Let me follow it, okay? So I've come to 3 others. I didn't film them, but now I'm going to film the 4th one, just because there was nothing else to film besides them. I think I'm going the right way. Let's find out. These trails go right underneath these X's. I wanted to go underneath it, nothing happened. I guess I've done that before. So I'm still seeing, God, there must be so many of them. Look at this, I found another hole. It's just crazy. I have all these holes in the middle of the forest. How do you explain that? With no dirt anywhere. Unless it was done so long ago, that's all the dirt. And this is the rocks. Oh yeah. But why? There's another one over there. I don't get it. So anyway, I had to check this area. I mean, I decided not to film most of it. I see, like, in the distance, like, really cool spots. Really cool spots. All over the place. I don't see really cool, like, structures. I'm finally getting into this darker forest. So anyway, this was just you guys, I didn't used to put, like, videos like this up, but everyone's like, no, we want to see it anyway. I'm like, okay. So don't, if you don't want to see the stuff that's not that exciting, you don't have to watch it, but enough people, I guess, do. So I put up, my investigations, which is kind of what today is. I'm just like a look around a new spot. Sometimes it's absolutely insane. Even I find a spot 2 seconds, and I have those, and I put them kind of on hold because I can get in there. These are some of the ones I don't know about, and I know I have to spend half the day in here to figure it out. But they're all in here. There's no doubt about it. I honestly have not got a noise because I don't believe I'm where they are in the daytime. I don't even think they have lookouts here. It's too big. They'd have to be closer to where they are to have a look out here. Look at this, another one. Weird, I'm in the middle of nowhere, you guys. And there's these holes in the ground. Another one back there. There's another hole right there. So yeah, I just put up whatever. I'm just showing you what's going on today. Yeah, I'm not filming HD Bigfoots. I apologize. I'm working on it. There's going to be a lot more of that happening. I think I'm giving Bigfoot Universe a couple days, or really a couple weeks, just to calm down after we were lighting fires on their structures and breaking stuff. And I got this overwhelming feeling to just go away there. Like give them a little breathing room. So that's exactly what I'm doing. As much as I'd love to be there today. I mean, all the signs are here. Yet their world isn't. This is so big here. It's so big, you guys. Miles and miles and miles just at the beginning. Any which way you want to go. Which tells me, I'm sure it's deep. It's got to be deep that way. But I'm telling you, there's got to be some main good areas for the spots. That this is too big here. I just saw a huge rabbit again. That's weird, like 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, or 2 times in 1 week, I should say. I saw a rabbit. I really haven't seen a rabbit out here before that. Look, another inside wallow. Really weird. Like, bends inside the pines. What the hell is going on here? Oh my goodness. You guys, what could this be? Let me start a new clip. So anyway, I had to check this area. I mean, I decided not to film most of it. I see, in the distance, really cool spots. Really cool spots. All over the place. I don't see really cool, structures. I'm finally getting into this darker forest. So anyway, this was just you guys, I didn't used to put, videos like this up, but everyone's like, no, we want to see it anyway. I'm like, okay. So don't, if you don't want to see the stuff that's not that exciting, you don't have to watch it, but enough people, I guess, do. So I put up, my investigations, which is kind of what today is. I'm just like a look around a new spot. Sometimes it's absolutely insane. Even I find a spot 2 seconds, and I have those, and I put them kind of on hold because I can get in there. These are some of the ones I don't know about, and I know I have to spend half the day in here to figure it out. But they're all in here. There's no doubt about it. I honestly have not got a noise because I don't believe I'm where they are in the daytime. I don't even think they have lookouts here. It's too big. They'd have to be closer to where they are to have a look out here. Look at this, another one. Weird, I'm in the middle of nowhere, you guys. And there's these holes in the ground. Another one back there. There's another hole right there. So yeah, I just put up whatever. I'm just showing you what's going on today. Yeah, I'm not filming HD Bigfoots. I apologize. I'm working on it. There's going to be a lot more of that happening. I think I'm giving Bigfoot Universe a couple days, or really a couple weeks, just to calm down after we were lighting fires on their structures and breaking stuff. And I got this overwhelming feeling to just go away there. Like give them like a little breathing room. So that's exactly what I'm doing. As much as I'd love to be there today. I mean, all the signs are here. Yet their world isn't. You know, this is so big here. It's so big, you guys. Miles and miles and miles just at the beginning. Any which way you want to go. Which tells me, I'm sure it's deep. It's got to be deep that way. But I'm telling you, there's got to be some main good areas for this spot. This is too big here. I just saw a huge rabbit again. That's weird, like 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, or 2 times in 1 week, I should say. I saw a rabbit. I really haven't seen a rabbit out here before that. You know, look, another inside wallow. Really weird. Like, you know, bends inside the pines. What the hell is going on here? Oh my goodness. You guys, what could this be? Let me start a new clip. Alright, I just started a new clip because I was endlessly talking in another one, and I walked up on this pile of something in the middle of the forest. Typically, you know, even if I'm humoring that it's just some kind of a grave, you know, there's like I've had ones near here actually that had X's, big X in front of it, things like that. I'm willing to buy. I do have this. You know, why can't it just, there's a pile, why can't there just be a pile? Why is there always some kind of a weird sign? You know what I'm saying? What the heck is that? It looks like it's been there since maybe, you know, a year. It could be the summer before. I also have breaks and bends right there. This area is clearly marked. Look, it's broken into an X. Huh. What could that be? Man, I mean, I'm not even saying it's Bigfoot now. I mean, what if someone came up here and like buried a body or something? That's it's more like it actually looks. I mean, I guess it depends on the size of the Sasquatch that died, but you know, this looks to me more like a human grave. Look, it's here. Let's walk it off. I know it's hard to get so I'm literally starting right there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 feet. 8 feet is the biggest that hole was long. Yes, here's the thing. It definitely was a hole. You wanna know how I know? You see over there? The ground's never been disturbed. It might have had dirt or something on it, but it's never. Here's where the dirt used to be, right here. You can see it's turned to moss, and it used to be right here. This might have been actually more than a couple of years. It could be 2, 3, it could be, I don't know how long that is. I don't want to, you know, what if that's what if that's a person? I don't know, I get these weird feelings about this. It's weird. You know, people disappear up here all the time. You know, and sometimes it is someone killing someone. Walking back off the highway that's not too far. I don't know, I mean, I might have to look up, like, you got, see, if you understand, well, if you had watched this whole video, you'll know where, you know, how deep I am, how far away I am. But technically, the main road, which is, there's still no towns for 10 miles, is not that far. I would think it's 2-3 miles that way, 2 miles. I started to dwell on this, but I am really, really blown away by that pile. Look at that. There's someone dug a hole, buried something, and then put an awfully lot of dirt back on top, which means I think it's a shallow grave. What do I do? Why is there a bent thing there? Why is it marked back there? See, I mean, if I thought it was human, I would kick in a little bit. But, you know, if I'm standing here and this is like some Sasquatch's, you know, like son that died, you know, or daughter, you know, what do I do? I think the best thing is just to leave it be, right? Just leave it be. I'm thinking if that is a person, not to leave it be, but at the same time, you know, just like for her sake or family or whatever, I'm telling you, that's a grave. They just put the headstone off a little bit, too, you know, further away, so as not to be obvious. You tell me. I can get back there, so. I don't know. I'm losing my battery here. I only have one battery with me today. After this camping trip at Rio, I'm missing a battery or two. I don't know. They could be just buried somewhere. Anyway, just thinking about the spot, you know, how easy it would be, you know, compared to the forest I'm usually at. You know, you could just take a four-wheeler right through here, you know, dead body on the back, boom, bury somebody. The other thing that's weird about it is it does potentially have markings of Sasquatch in the area. So I don't know. Would they mark it if it was like a murdered woman or something? I don't know. You know, I just don't know. This place is weird up here. But I get this image of like a guy, perfect place to pull down on this little dirt road that goes down to this abandoned. I filmed it. You guys have seen that where I was yelling about people littering inside the train, the old abandoned train thing one day. And I just picture a guy parking there and just bringing this body up here. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what else. When I could see, look, you guys, well, here's one thing, okay? I happen to be an expert in dirt. That's what I did my whole life. I was an excavator and a landscaper. And I know I have dug so many holes with big giant excavators and gone like this. You know, typically, even if you're hand digging, well, if you're hand digging, sometimes you'll do both sides, but usually you do the one side because, especially if it's shallow, because it's easier to push it in. Also, you can stay on the side and work. If you have both sides blocked off, you can't use the one side. So you always try like a trench. If you're digging, like I see these guys inside the road, they dig trenches like for the power lines. They'll always put their dirt on one side. One side in backfill, it's just 2 seconds. Especially if you have a blade, you can just and blade it right back. So I saw one side that had been filled just with dirt. The other side had not been touched with dirt, from what I could tell. So a little suspicious there. I'm not sure what to do. It's kind of freaking me out. I'm getting all these like bells going off in my head. Like you got to do something about that. So I'll look into it a little bit. So blatant. All right, let me save my battery because I think I'm getting into a good spot here. Again, all places they're coming down to. I'm almost sure. I know it's hard to be, 100% in this, you guys, but I'm almost positive that this is what happens. They're coming. Let's not even say it's up from down. They're just coming from somewhere else to these spots to do whatever they got to do. It's getting away from home. No one wants to sit at home, right, all the time. It's not just fun. So they go out and they do their thing. I don't know what they do. They clearly come in here. That was a really good structure right there from the other side. It's real messy. God, I want to know where they're coming from over here. This is a great place to look around. It's easy and it's fast to get someplace. See this? You can really get out of here. Like, look at the weird trees. Next to all the X's and stuff. And wallows and whatever else is going on there. watching that water and watching the field. I can hear water down there. Yes. And I don't know, man. I'm telling you. I've always got this feeling like I wanted to find a dead body one day. Not that I want someone to die, but I think I said this before too. Like, I want to, if it's there, I want to be the one that finds it. I think it's exciting, you know, like, that's crazy, you know. You found a dead body. This is pretty good. I mean, this is pretty good. I like this. Give me some more of this. You know, look at this. You know, there's some time in here. And there's a field right there. Cool. I don't regret coming here at all, at all today. I'll tell you. You know, I don't care if it's as good as, some of the other places. They're all like unique and interesting in their own way. They really are. And so I'm really thankful that I found this place today. Now, of course, I'm freaking out over this. It might not be, you guys. I'm just telling you, everything points to that was something going on there. All right, bye. Trying to conserve battery. Another cool little dark spot. Overlooking, it's not really a field anymore. It's more of like a marshy swamp with a stream in the middle. And then on the other side, it goes back to forest again. It's pretty good. That, believe it or not, that makes me happy. It just looks cool. It's so simple, but I like it, It's just undeniable work. Like, look at that. I love it. Ground next to it. What do I got left? 18 minutes. Battery. I guess I could go to myself if I really found something good, but I might continue on looking around even after my battery dies. It's not quite as fun because you find something really good and then of course you don't have a camera. So I'm going to say this again. Thank you to everybody on YouTube, especially the Patreon people. YouTube people, just by clicking that button, I get a little bit of money. It's not a lot, but anyone that I will always tell you, nothing about this is secret. I'll tell you exactly what Bigfoot brought in last month. You know what I mean? Everything's public. I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to start like an enterprise here. This is X. I'm really not. I just want to be out here almost every day if I can. While I can. And then I'm thinking this winter, if I have enough funds coming in, even if it's like minimal, somewhere around where it is now, people stick with the Patreon over the winter. I can start going some other places, like, who knows, like I'll drive down, I'll go to New Mexico, or I'll go, I want to go to Canada, but I'll wait, obviously not in the wintertime. Same with Alaska, but I do, places I can just drive on my own. Got some miles for some planes, who knows where I could go, at minimal cost, and do some really cool stuff. I got these huge vibes about going to some other places. I don't know what it is here. They're ignoring me the last couple times out, like completely. You guys, it's rare where I'm not out hearing like a wood knock and hearing whistles, or I guess I need to go back to Bigfoot Universe. So my next video is going to be this new place I'm looking at that I think is going to be mind-blowing. It really is. Like, I'm almost sure, without even going, that it's going to be, look at that. It's going to be really good. Or I want to go up to this place. I don't know if you guys remember when I was with Rio, he was sleeping or something, and I went out on my own and I started looking up that mountain. I want to go back there, and it looks like I'll probably just have to go by myself. That's a little dangerous because you're 20 miles in a car out before you even start walking. So if anything happens up there, you're in big trouble. So I get a little nervous that way, because that's just my only, I don't mind like dying. I just don't want to like do it slowly overnight with a broken leg. You know what I mean? Ooh, I got some noises now. Hold on. Hawk. It's a good sign though, I don't care. if Sasquatch came up right now, he's like, we use hawks. I'd be like, I wouldn't be like a big shocker. Like, I wonder you can see a mile away. All right, bye. Okay, it just happened. Thank God I have battery left. I did not plan on this happening down here. I got the loudest whistle ever. I don't know where it came from. It was so close, but I couldn't tell. It was like in my head. That was crazy. I mean, look, I'm not kidding. Look at my arms. There's the only way I can kind of give you an idea. Like, that just was like, oh my God. Could you guys give me one more whistle? I'm not kidding. I feel stupid doing this. I would never turn this on and pretend this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still have goosebumps from that. He's right on top of me somewhere. Do you realize I just heard the loudest whistle with no direction? It was just here. I'm not kidding. And it was different. It was a little bit more, like perfect. Like, it was like that. And now nothing. That's how they say hello? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like that's what it is. That's all I can get. It's like him crossing the line almost. See where I am? I'm like right out at the corner. Which doesn't surprise me because in here, I keep saying like, by the way, I gotta see if I can see that from here. Let's see if we can see that before my battery goes dead. I'm getting off the subject constantly, I know. But as I turned, okay, there's the main road. I'm a mile that way, half a mile. I looked up in the trees, and I saw like this tree, like, I mean, I'm telling you, you gotta see it, but I can't even explain it. Somehow, there's a tree all the way up on top of the trees. I'm not seeing it from here. Where's the turn in? Oh, I think it would be right there. Can you see it is the question. Is that it? I think that's it. Doesn't it look a little strange to you? There's nothing above where it broke. You can even see from this far away. So I was thinking like, wow, if they come across the street, like that's a great spot to go into. Right there. Look at the forest behind it. It just goes forever. You know, that could be another great spot. But what's up with that tree? Like, crazy.